I absolutely love their ability to cook and to be willing to share their love and passion for the things that they do. You know, when you compliment them on their food, they're more than willing to just sit and explain how they made it and what all went into it, and to just keep giving you more since you like it. And I love how smart they are. They make sure to think things through and that it makes sense, and they're very smart and logical, and that was something that I needed a lesson in, to be thoughtful about the things that I do, and to take the time about decisions and things. They're just very, very strong examples of how to live their life, of being smart with money, being smart with school, and so that's something that I admire about them, that they are very independent and strong-willed, but also rely on their families, that their families are important to them. I love the trains and the bikes. I love that they don't depend on personal cars, that you can just hop on a train to get to work, or you just get on your bike to go to the grocery store and you're carrying all of your grocery bags on the handlebars, and how minimal they are, I guess. You know, how humble they are and willing to work for the things that they have. And I'm also very thankful for their honesty, for their willingness to help, even if it's hurtful, you know, because it's hard to take criticism. But I love their honesty, because it really shows who they are and how much they care. Gouda, or Gouda, as everyone calls it. My parents still tease me about it. So it's like the cheese staple of Holland. Every Thursday they have a cheese market, and all of the locals are walking around with their little wooden shoes, and just tons of displays of cheese, and this constantly smells like cheese throughout the week. And they take pride in that. And there's plastic rounds of cheese on strings that hang in between the buildings in the centrum, and so Gouda was a very fun city. I served there over the summer, and so it was really, really hot and humid, and for the short period of time that Holland actually gets warm weather. And that was just a very fun area. We met a lot of tourists there as well. And so a lot of times conversations would turn English, because they were either tourist or the Dutch just wanted to practice their English. And so, it was always this confliction of, well, wait, we're trying to speak your language, but you want to speak ours. And so that was a very, very interesting experience. So Lelystad is a very new city. Back in, I believe, the late 60s, early 70s. It's a man-made city. They went and built it up from under the water, and built a huge, wall, and just kind of, it's just this man-made city. And I'll be perfectly honest, it's not the prettiest city in the world. It's just very blocky. All the houses are just look like long blocks, and just very, very dull. And that was kind of my first impression of when I got there, was, oh my goodness, like this is kind of a gloomy place and very run down, and it just was really, really hesitant. But it turned out to be quite the opposite. Lelystad was the hardest place for me to leave. Just people with, again, a heart of gold. I was able to go to Zoetermeer, and that was my dream city. That was the one place that I really wanted to serve. Zoetermeer translates into Sweet Lake, and so it's the Sweet Lake city. Old buildings and just the canals and the bikes. And I wish I had more time in Zoetermeer. I was only there for 6 weeks, but they also are just a people with gold hearts. So, ik wil gewoon zeggen dat ik ben thuis nu voor... Ja, vandaag is het 7 maanden nu. En ik ben bezig met school en ik heb wel een relatie met een jongen. En alles gaat goed. Maar ik wil zeggen dat ik mis jullie heel veel. Ik mis het land van België en Nederland. Ik mis de voedsel. Ik wil gewoon de chocolade en chocomel en de wafels eten. En ik wil gewoon met jullie wonen. Want Nederland en België is mijn thuis. En het is een stukje van mijn hart, van wie ik ben. En ik ben heel dankbaar voor de gelegenheid dat ik had om met jullie te wonen, met jullie te dienen. Om de tijd, om de Heer te dienen in dit bijzondere landen. En ik weet dat Nederland en België is een stukje van hemel. En dat hemelse Vader, hij kijkt naar jullie en hij is heel bekend met jullie. En ik bid voor jullie. Hij zorgt over jullie. En ik weet dat jullie heeft een bijzondere plek in zijn hart. Dank je wel voor uw liefde, voor uw steun. Voor de communicatie die wij nog hebben met elkaar. Voor de invloed die jullie hebben over mij en voor mijn leven. Ik weet dat Jezus Christus de Heer is. Dat Hij houdt van mij, Hij houdt van u. En dat dankzij Hem, we zijn allemaal een familie, dat dankzij Hem wij kunnen weer elkaar ontmoeten. En ik weet dat de kerk van Jezus Christus, van de heiligen der laatste dagen waar is. Ik ben dankbaar voor Jozef Smit, voor de schriften. Voor die kennis die ik heb om mijn getuigenis met jullie te delen in het Nederlands. Want het warmt mijn hart om het nog te zeggen en weer te delen. En zo ik bid dat jullie kan dat liefde voelen van mij, maar meer belangrijk van onze hemelse Vader. En dank je wel voor alles die je doet en voor je voorbeeld. En dat is mijn getuigenis en wat ik weet zeker in de naam van Jezus Christus. Amen.